Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Community Unitarian Universalist Church here in Plano, Texas. My name is Reverend Dr. Aija Duelm. I am the minister of this congregation. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. And it's so good to see you here. Welcome in person. Welcome, of course, joining online with us. Every Sunday we have a few people who are with us in person, watching us. We gather together for worship, and bringing our best selves to this place, while some of us might be bringing our struggling selves, maybe some pieces we might be ashamed of, but all of us are welcome here in this space. I know that some of us have already opened our hearts to whatever is out there for us. Some of us are not quite ready yet. Our hearts may have gotten a little beat up, maybe this week or before. They might have forgotten how to trust and to open up. But your heart is welcome here. No matter how bruised, we welcome you among us. We gather here as we are and trust that what happens in worship is powerful and life-giving. Together we affirm that this day and our being together can make each of us braver, more compassionate, and wiser than we woke up this morning. As part of that work that we do, that every year in this congregation, we ask our members to affirm your membership, that you still want to be part of this church, and to make a pledge for the next church year, because it is your financial commitment that makes this church possible. So, if you think about the church polities and how different churches work, in Unitarian Universalist tradition, the church is ours. Nobody from above or next to us or outside of us. It's us, all of us, that create this place, that sustain this place, that create programs here, that support the programs that we create. And every person, every gift that you bring is a piece of this community. And it is a step towards justice, and it shapes what we do and what we can do. So we started the pledge drive on March 1st, and our goal is $201,000. We're halfway there. We have raised $89,429. We have received 32 pledges, but that is from 100. So there are a lot more people who have not yet submitted the form. So please go online to our website, submit the form. The button says Pledge Now on the very front page on the right side. Because this church is not possible without your time, your talents, and your treasure. We continue to grow, our ministries continue to expand and make an impact in our lives and also in the lives in our wider community. And it is your generosity that makes it possible. Wherever you are in your journey, welcome here. We'll start with our call to worship, and the words are by Bets Wiennecke. As we gather together this morning, may we learn to recognize and affirm the pieces of possibility, the bits of good we bring. May we encourage rather than control, love rather than possess, enable rather than envy. allowing our individual gifts to weave the patchwork of peace, the soft, deep blue of sensitivity and understanding, the red energy of creativity, the white heat of convictions, the risky, fragile green of new growth, the golden flashes of gratitude, the warm rose of love. Each of us is indispensable if we are to minister to a broken and wounded world. Together, in our gathered diversity, we form the whole. So be it. Come, let us worship together. We will begin by lighting the chalice, and Steve Mason will light it.
Thank you. Today's chalice lighting is by Clarke Dewey Wells. Spirit of life and hope, we turn our minds and hearts again toward Thee. Awaken us again to the mysteries that humble us, the realities that orient us, the truths that judge and guide us, the beauty that informs and ravishes us, the love that nurtures us, the fellowship that sustains us, the creativity that heightens and deepens and reorders our living, that we may give ourselves in honesty and openness to the larger life before us. A covenant is the promise we make with one another about the way we will walk together as a community and a congregation. Please join me in reminding ourselves of this promise. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in freedom, and to help one another.
For our conversation time, I have some gifts up here, and I would like to invite some volunteers, and I do not see really, really young ones here, so if those who are not really, really young would like to come up. Come on up. And what I would like to ask you is, try to guess what is inside the boxes.
A clock.
Okay, a clock is a possibility. The only thing you can do is you cannot open them up. But you can touch them, you can lift them.
Shake it.
No longer a clock, okay. Beans. Something spring-like, okay. Beans. Seeds. Maybe some seeds. M&Ms. Ooh, here we go. Something delicious. M&Ms. Okay. Plastic beads to make some jewelry. Anything else? Jelly beans. Huh? Legos. Legos. The toys. Toys, okay. And what? Ball bearings. Okay, construction things. All right. Not heavy enough for those. Okay. Here we go. Any more guesses? Buttons. Buttons. Really good. Okay, ready to open up? See how close we are with all these guesses?
Puzzle pieces.
How close were we? Could show them, yes. Go ahead, show them. So let's think about it. What senses did we use to try to figure out what's inside? Sound, weight, they were saying, not the touch. Our brains, so whatever creativity we could come up with, Going from food to construction to garden to other places, right? Our knowledge about possible things out there. And what went wrong? Why do you think it went wrong? That we couldn't come up with what is actually inside? Too many possibilities are out there, right? Too many things are out there that could be happening. Sometimes when we meet people, we use our senses, our assumptions, our many, many possibilities to try to guess what is inside this person. And if we do it the way we did this morning, we go wrong, right? We make assumptions, we make mistakes when we only try to guess instead of opening up and allowing for ourselves to see, experience, touch the middle of it. So that's part of continuous work as we do as a community to learn to open our hearts so that we can welcome others fully. Build the relationships so that we know who is sitting next to us deeply. Not just based on what we hear and what we see. But we couldn't even see. Wait, right? Don't judge the person by the hat kind of scenario, right? Thank you so much I really appreciate it. We will leave these up here as our reminder of these pieces for this worship service. How many of you like puzzles? Puzzles. Do you like puzzles? Woo, this is more than half. Woo, a lot of us like puzzles. Well, last year, Barb Salvo, sitting in the back there, and I discovered that we share something in common. We both love puzzles. And before I go any further, I want to let you know I did ask permission from Barb to share about this. I usually do not just bring out names and start telling you all in my sermons about what we do. It turns out that Barb has a whole room full with puzzles. She also had some in storage room. So she would bring a bag of them to me. I would put them together, work on them in my downtime, and then exchange for the next set of bag. And we did this for more than a year. I'm down to the last box that she gave me. You hear my cry of desperation? Anybody else has puzzles? It really was an amazing experience. We talked about them. We shared our frustrations about some of the puzzles, and shapes are not really difficult, and some colors are just blinding your eyes and like you kind of dot your eyes in the middle there for a while, and then that excitement of the great colors and how nice it came together, that you finally finished that puzzle piece. We talked a lot on the phone, and we shared these experiences. We connected over these puzzles as well as the work that we did, because Barb was the president last year, so we did both. We worked and we had fun. But the puzzles, for those of you who know, you know that assembling a puzzle, it's a process. Sometimes it is a very slow process, requires consistent effort, sometimes daily effort. And at the beginning, when you dump out the box, it looks like a mess, a chaos. You stare at these pieces of mess of these pieces, they're jumbled upside down, totally disorganized. And then, little by little, you sort out pieces. They start to fit together. You notice patterns. The picture begins to emerge. And those moments of frustration mix with moments of excitement when you find the right piece that you've been looking for the last hour, and that fits right perfectly and leads you to the next piece. So I know that some of you did not raise your hands, and you may not be much into puzzles. I hope you will extend your generosity this morning, because I want to talk more about puzzles. There is a whole lot in common between puzzles and life, as well as the ministry of this church. Because all of our life and the things we do here are somewhat like a jigsaw puzzle, a collection of unique, interlocking pieces that together form a picture. Well, maybe not everything is like a puzzle, because in life or here in the church, we do not have the box with the picture. We get to imagine, dream, and hope what that picture might look like. We get to work with the pieces we have in front of us. And there are times when what is in front of us is a mess of scattered, broken, mismatched pieces, things we did not hope for, things we did not ask for. We are surviving difficult times, sometimes barely. We're piecing ourselves back from heartbreak, losses, changing perspectives of the events, and shifting identities. Sometimes life is like a mess of pieces when you first dump them out of a box. We have too many decisions to make, and we are not sure which pieces to fit in first. Among these pieces, we have struggles to keep our mind intact from all the crazy news, violence and hatred that is engulfing us. The health challenges that are costing us not just a peace of mind. The relationships that go sour, become bitter or dysfunctional over time, filled with resentment, lack of communication, and the loss of initial joy that they used to carry. And then we come to church looking for a relief or a sense of connection in this lonely world. And in the church, too, we have a set of pieces that look like a mess. The clipper doesn't work, the microphones are out, we have struggles to find the volunteers, to fill the board positions, to teach RE, to clean up after potluck, and then the never-ending money challenges that you're hearing in March, and the budget planning that always seem to want more than we realistically can afford. It can feel frustrating, chaotic, and we can become disillusioned. Just as it is with puzzles, the practice of sitting with pieces is part of the process. Even though we might be tempted to force a piece in our lives, we know that force-fitting in puzzles is futile. The progress really happens just one piece at a time. Little by little, piece by piece, a theme, an image, a pattern emerges and gives us direction, care, and energy to keep going. It is a spiritual practice to sort through the pieces of life and the often messy process of assembling them into a new, meaningful whole. In this process, just as it is in the puzzles, every piece is important. Every piece contributes to the whole picture. Even the ones that seem plain, mundane, and everyday, they come together to make a sky or the sea or some kind of other background of the picture. Every piece is unique in its shape. Every member here in this church is different, bringing their own unique gifts and personality. Even when pieces that look really odd, the ones that leave us wondering how in the world that piece showed up here, is part of the picture. And we probably have some stories among us here about these odd pieces. I imagine most of us have some pieces we wish we didn't have in our picture. Maybe our least favorite parts of those pieces that are emotionally exhausting, like dealing with hurtful and harmful behaviors that ends up taking months and even years of our time. This slow process of assembling the pieces takes time. And we may wonder who is sitting with us, helping us to look at the pieces and figure out how they fit together. Because truly, my friends, we need not to be doing this alone. We are here, a community of caring and generous people. And if there's one thing that we can do is to walk together with each other and help each other sort through the pieces of life. And yes, there are times that we have some missing pieces. Sometimes a lot of them missing. And it's possible to get discouraged. But the wise souls out there say that a missing piece is an opportunity. An opportunity to keep looking for the right person or the best solution. So, we look at the collection of disconnected pieces, including egos that want to be the big picture rather than contributors to the rest of the picture. And we sort through that chaos of daily life, finding the corners, the values that form our foundation and help us feel grounded and rooted firmly in our faith. And we begin to connect the pieces and connect with each other. The work of building the future is slow. It involves sorting through the chaos of life, but sometimes the picture that comes together turns out wildly different from what we imagined. Our ministry here in this church is about organizing and finding people and placing them where they fit best. Because we know the church at its best is when all of its pieces, all of its members are connected with one another. And connections between these pieces matter, and we find ourselves rejoicing when we see this happen. And here in this church, we've seen this last year. Our social justice group is now 1/3 of the congregation, and we have run out of classroom space, so we have to meet here in the sanctuary to have enough space. Our caring team is 1/3 of the congregation. We have choir that has tripled its size, and today's their day off, but usually they take up the 1/4 of the church. All of that area is just for the choir to have enough chairs. These kind of things give us more and more creative juices to keep going And then we start to come up with poems and songs and rituals and we just things that bring us all together. So I want to end today with a gratitude for each one of you and offer you a ritual as a reminder that you matter. You are important to this community, and what you bring makes a difference. And even if this is your first time to be here with us, visiting us, please know that this is a community that has visitors every Sunday and welcomes them, looks forward to getting to know every visitor. Visitors are as part of this community as the long-timers. All of us together have made this place into this wonderful and beautiful welcoming space with your generosity. And what we'll do in the ritual, I will invite you to come forward and take a piece of that puzzle that we had during the story time as a reminder that you are a piece of this church and you matter. And if this is a challenging and difficult time in your lives, maybe this piece of a puzzle can represent that part of your life and invites you to sit with that piece and maybe let someone else around here know and invite them to sit together with you. As I mentioned, our caring team is 1/3 of the congregation, so about 40 people. Some of them are here, I'm pretty sure. This community, our community, is here to sort through the pieces and to figure out how to connect them together. Throughout years, we have put together a remarkable picture with lots of meaningful moments, with work that is worth lifting up and remembering, and most importantly, with relationships. People, friends who have journeyed with us, helped us to sustain our faith, who have encouraged us to grow, and now are helping us to make our next step into our future together. And one step will lead to another, just as we sang in our prelude. Thank you. Thank you for being amazing.
As our worship time this morning draws to a close, it is time now to extinguish our chalice. Please join me in reciting these words.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
As we go forward, I offer these words written by Andrew Pakula. As you prepare to leave this sacred space, pack away a piece of this church in your heart. Wrap it carefully like a precious gem. Carry it with you through joys and sorrows of your days. And let its gentle glow strengthen you, warm you, remind you of all that is good and true, until we gather here again in this place of love.